What would you do if you found out your best friend had a crush on your boyfriend? The four of us sat in a circle together playing truth or dare. It was me, my boyfriend, Cam, my best friend, Chris, and her boyfriend, Larry. It was towards the end of the party that Cam threw, and the four of us were the last ones there. None of us were willing to end the game. It was just getting good, and we were drunk enough to tell any secret or do any dare. Chris, truth or dare, I said, slurring my words slightly as I refilled my red solo cup. Truth, she giggled. I smiled slyly. Out of the four of us, who do you want to make out with the most? I figured she would say her boyfriend or me as a joke, but no. She suddenly didn't look tipsy and stared straight at Cam. Definitely Cam, she said firmly. Silence fell around the circle. What? I asked at the same time as Larry. We both chuckled a little awkwardly. Chris glanced around with a shrug, wondering what she said wrong. What? She asked. You all know I've had a crush on him forever. In fact, I had a crush on him before he got together with Allie. I was Allie, and I was shocked. This is news to me, I muttered. Yeah, me too. Larry glared at her. I have to go. See you later. He stood and stormed out of the front door, leaving the three of us to sit there in surprise. Cam glanced at Chris with something in his eyes that I didn't like. You really liked me? He asked. Chris nodded, and it was like I wasn't there anymore. They stared at each other, ignoring my existence. I was fuming. Okay, I said loudly, startling them. The party's over. Yeah, Cam said hesitantly. We should get going, and you might want to check on Larry. Chris nodded and got to her feet. I'll see you around, Cam, she said softly, once again ignoring me. Text me when you get home safely. Yeah, Cam agreed. Then he caught me staring at him and he cleared his throat. I mean, I'll text in the group chat, he said. I watched Chris leave the house, adding an extra sway to her hips. Cam watched her leave too, and suddenly I felt sick to my stomach. This wasn't a silly little crush. She fully liked him, and it looked like Cam liked her in return. I couldn't believe the party got that out of hand. Cam led me to his car and drove me home. It was a silent ride, both of us lost in our thoughts. Then he parked in my driveway, and for a moment we just sat there. Tomorrow we need to talk, he finally said, saying those dreaded words no one in a relationship wants to hear. I didn't look at him as I nodded. Yeah, I muttered. I got out of his car and jogged into the house, heading up to my bedroom. I collapsed on my mattress and screamed into my pillow until my voice went hoarse. Life was unfair. How could Chris blindside me like that? And Cam's reaction? What the heck was that about? Tears fell down my cheeks, soaking my pillow as I thought about my relationship with Cam. We were good friends before he asked me out last summer. Chris always acted happy for us. I didn't understand why she never said anything before about this crush. I would have stepped back if I knew how she felt. I punched the pillow a few times before a strange calmness suddenly washed over me. I dried my tears and sat up. If Chris wanted my boyfriend, then so be it. The next day, I got to school early. Larry saw me at the picnic table in front of the school where we normally met up, and he took a seat on the other side. Are you okay? He asked. I forced a smile. This is going to be interesting, I answered. It didn't take long for Cam and Chris to show up, and I wasn't surprised at all that they showed up together. We need to talk, Cam told me immediately. I raised my hand to silence him. Let me guess, you want to break up so you can date Chris? I asked. Cam hesitated before nodding. I shrugged. Fine with me, I said. Larry shot me a concerned look, but I smiled at him. But know that if you choose to do this, I won't be in your life anymore. Chris gaped at me. You're giving us an ultimatum? I nodded. Choose, me or this infatuation you have. Chris glared at me. I choose Cam, she snapped. I nodded, expecting that from her. Then I turned to Cam with a raised eyebrow. Cam shot Chris an apologetic look. I can't lose Allie forever, he said, stepping to my side. Sorry, Chris.